Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I am Bill, and we're in the brand new JustFlight Aero for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we're going to attempt to try to fly this. We're going to attempt to try. No, we are going to attempt to fly this IFR on PilotEdge. We've got the 530 mod, so that seems to be working as it should be, hopefully. We just got our clearance. You can see my beautiful craft right here. The readback was correct, so shut up. I wanted to start here instead of in the run-up, like kind of usual, because I really have only input a flight plan into the 430, 530 in Microsoft one time, and it was such a pain in the ass that I just stopped doing it. And I'm either flying slant for flight or slant uniform or slant Lima in the CJ4. So if you have not yet tried to do this in the Aero, this is what it looks like. So it's been actually a long time since I used a 430, 530 style Garmin. So I'm going to try to have to remember how to friggin' do this. But of course, it doesn't start with your current location, which is super fun. So let's
we would like to request the VOR Alpha.
get this over to John Wayne. I picked San Luis Obispo and not a closer airport because the tech routes actually have quite a number of different waypoints, and they also tend to be a little bit they're GPS waypoints, so they're a little bit longer. Here we at least have some we've got some VORs in there, so that helps make this go a little bit quicker. So here's the flight plan. Schwartzy, what's up, dude? Happy Tuesday. TG Squid, what's up? Yeah, okay, so let's do, and then we're at the Anaheim 1 Ventura transition. So that is, let's see if this will load in here. So I'm going to select departure, and there's Anaheim 1. Can I get to Ventura? Let me get down to Ventura. There is Ventura. And load. All right, so that loaded up nicely. I'm taking this kind of slowly because I'm not very confident in how this is going to work. I don't believe we can do airways, so we're just going to go right to Morro Bay.
Good afternoon, Henderson.
I was joking earlier that I always forget that one, and then I remembered it, and then I forgot it again. Morro Bay. Why is there a queue?
Flight following to Palomar Airport at 12,500.
And where is Q in the alphabet?
895 Papa Whiskey Henderson. Ground departure frequency 118.4, squawk 1776.
Not what I was looking for.
That's departure frequency 118.4 and squawk 1776 for.
Do I have VTU in there again? So that is
left 110-312 Whiskey Golf.
not going to help.
Turn right
Malum Airport is not going to help. Now if I select this, okay, good. I was hoping it was going to give me the the option there. VTU. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I have VTU in there twice. Yeah, I think we're good there. Yeah, I deleted it. Okay, cool. So that is good, and then we're gonna be, and then our arrival airport. So this, I am so hesitant to say anything nice about any of this. So far, this is not terrible. I am really hesitant to like change any settings. So there's San Luis Obispo. Okay, add waypoint. Yes. Okay. And then we've got procedure, so we can add in an approach there if we, well, not if we, when we want to do an approach. Yeah, this is the 530 mod. Okay, and hold clear, and it takes you back to the home. That looks good. Let's zoom in.
314. We do have the field in sight.
Okay, cool. So that's good. And then we're going to be on the 220 heading. We're just going to do a quick little brief of this plate because we're obviously not just going directly right to the Seal Beach VOR. So where's our airport? Yeah, so we're going to be right 220, and then we're radar vectors. So right heading 220, radar vectors, Seal Beach. So that's good. So we'll be right 220, and we'll get that set up in the. Well, I can set the heading actually right now. So there's 220, and then I'll get the DG set once we're.
133.07.
Okay.
Thanks for 075.
20.8. So that wasn't too bad. That's setting up the GPS with the 530. Not the worst experience ever. Johnny Ground, Arrow 83364, J's Taxi Tower Run Up.
Arrow 83364, Johnny Ground, taxi to Tower Run Up via Bravo.
Tower Run Up via Bravo, Arrow 83364. And the GPS recycled because I touched something on the switch panel and it actually kept all of the information. I almost just threw the computer out the window.
312 Whiskey Golf, cross Seal Beach at above 1,600, clear straight in, VOR Alpha approach.
Alright, Seal Beach at or above 1,000.
Yeah, man, it's did you train in a PA28 Schwartzy? Because yeah, it's like it feels just like
Tower, 312 Whiskey
a PA28. It's so great. Spent hours on it in VR VATSIM last night. Looking forward to the turbo version. Yeah, you know I am. I don't know. The turbo arrow, because I think that's the T-tail.
Tower, Diamond Star, 312 Whiskey Golf, or on the VOR Alpha. Just
yeah, I like because the performance of this is closer to the plane that I fly, so I don't really mind having the slower speeds, but there are definitely some benefits from a. I mean, obviously, the benefits of having a turbo airplane, as Schwartzy knows, are prevalent in the real world. But as a simulator flyer, well, I mean, obviously, I don't fly a turbo plane in the real world, but from a simulator perspective, having that extra cruise speed up high for things like, you know, flight sim economy or on air, you know, it lengthens your range a little bit, you know, gives you just a little bit more speed up in cruise, which is definitely really, really nice. I had flashbacks trying to not upchuck in steep turns. Well, then you and Julia would get along nicely then. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna get the DG going. We're just gonna do a really, really quick. Oh, are we good with?
Henderson Ground, TBM 805 Papa Whiskey is.
Wait, does that not center? So we have heading bug.
Number 895 Papa Whiskey, Henderson Ground, only 17 right.
And course, but I can't get.
17 right via Alpha Hotel for TBM 805 Papa Whiskey.
Because we're definitely not facing 160. Like that looks like it's off. Well, it is off. It's for sure off. Let's get that. So that is interesting. Directional gyro. Okay, so now if we go to, like, we're basically 200 right here. Right. 200, just like a little smidge to the right. Now if I go back to HSI. Okay, so that's a little bit weird. We can only, Okay, so that's fine. I'm gonna leave that on DG for right now, because we don't really need that until the approach anyway, potentially. And I still might just do a visual approach, but that should be fine. Adoned, happy Tuesday. Good there. So with this latest build of the simulator, there are some serious performance issues, and it is a major bummer.
169, contact Las Vegas Tower 119er.
But
119er, Walker 169.
we'll see. We'll just kind of stick it out and see what's going to happen. I don't. Yeah, it looked like the HSI. You couldn't adjust the compass portion. So, but if I go back to the DG, I can update, correct the compass. Yeah, so it's interesting. Is the HSI slaved? No, it's not. It's not adjustable. Yeah. It just bogs down. Yeah, it just bogs down. Like Max said, it's, I don't know. It's taxing CPUs and stuttering and stuff. But if it's slaved, you don't have to adjust it for precision. Well, okay. So if that's the case, let's just we'll turn that on. There should be a switch to adjust it. Okay, we'll get that thing out of here. Drop my ground, Cherokee 83364. Continue.
Warrior 83364, runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, Cherokee 83364. So I'm an Arrow. I call myself a Cherokee, and ATC calls me a Warrior. And everyone's all on the same page. So we're good. We're inevitably going to hit some stutters and some low frame rates. I hope by that point we'll be up in cruise and autopilot engaged and everything is good. I got called the Skyhawk in the jet the other day. No, we're not a single engine Cessna. We are just we're a twin Cessna. Q, are there any legal ramifications for referring to yourself as a twin Cessna? And when ATC flight level 410, nice. What type of twin Cessna are you? We're a Bravo.
Henderson Tower, TBM 895.
That's awesome.
We'll be holding for 17 right at hotel, ready for takeoff.
Number 895 Papa Whiskey, Henderson Tower, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff.
Okay, 28-1.
5 Papa Whiskey, thanks.
Locked and loaded. Alright, I didn't get yelled at for this time, but let's, our run-up was not very thorough because we did not check that, but my lights, camera, action, preemptive mental checklist caught it. So that will save us screwing around that in flight. Also, I've just left the fuel pump on, so that's cool too. Some places like you to keep the fuel pump on the ground. Others like you to turn it off while you're taxiing. But we're just going to leave it on because whatever. As long as it's not too loud for you guys. VLOC, CDI, we're going to change that to GPS. And then we're going to come down here. And we're going to change that. That's going to be heading for right now because we're going to be on 220 heading. And then we're going to switch to
approach, helicopter 734.
nav
Tango
mode
Delta,
once we're
5000.
hooked up with our flight plan there.
Helicopter 734 Tango Delta, SoCal approach.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
05.
JustFlight Aero IFR on PilotEdge. Join Tower Cherokee 83364, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
Cherokee 83364, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff, Cherokee 83364. Lights, camera, action.
Limber ground, Walker 175 is ready for taxi.
Approaching runway 20 right.
Walker 169.
Entered runway 20 right. 5,300 feet remaining.
And the Garmin resets, awesome.
Cross runway 8 left at Alpha 4 and taxi into the ramp, monitor ground, take care.
Left one able, cross to, or correction, cross 8 left at Alpha 4
power.
and taxi to the ramp, Walker 169.
Right before takeoff. It's recycling every time.
Las Vegas.
A little bit of left, a lot of left rudder here.
Here for 5 Papa Whiskey.
A lot of left rudder
Walker
there.
175, Limber ground runway 27, taxi via Bravo.
27 via Bravo, Walker 1.
We all know how much left rudder you need
Cessna Skyhawk 204.
on takeoff.
Fuck.
I know it's so slow compared to that bonanza.
Papa Whiskey,
The SciTech panel will cycle it.
Whiskey, Las Vegas departure, radar contact. 5 Papa Whiskey.
Yeah, Goldsy heard that live on frequency.
Warrior 83364, contact departure.
Going to departure, Cherokee 83364. So. Okay. SoCal departure, good afternoon, good evening. Cherokee 83364, climbing through 1000.
Cherokee 83364, SoCal departure, good morning. Climb and maintain 6,000.
Up to 6,000, Cherokee 83364. Sorry, Q. Yeah, 275, 375.
Cherokee 364, turn right direct to Wilma.
Right to direct to Wilma, Cherokee 83364. Alright, here's the $1 million question. All right, so we're going up to 6. Hello, LA. What's up, Pete? Fuel pump coming off, too. So the HSI seems to actually be working, which is pretty cool. Well, so far, we're looking pretty good. HSI is actually working. Slave to the GPS. We'll see what it does when we're actually on the autopilot. That'll be a big indicator. But yeah, I mean, the HSI so far on GPS mode seems to be working. We did a direct to Wilma. That worked out. That's really nice.
Walker 175, runway down, runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
And we're totally frozen. Yeah, I love my 3070. I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that I have it. CBG, what's happening? Q, you gotta come over and game, dude. Yeah, the 530 mod is installed, which is definitely making this possible. Yeah, I love it so far, and they're already talking about an update. And that should be this week. They're good about updating their stuff. This plane was, I mean, I flew this pretty much exclusively on X-Plane, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I need some new exhaust action too, Q. Hawks, handling great right now. I mean, this is some. I'm still hand flying this right now. I'm not really under the hood necessarily, but just hand flying it, like, that's pretty good for hand flying it. Climbing out at 100 knots, which is a very fast climb out. You know, just the HSI is working. It looks like we've got a little bit of a winds aloft correction angle here that seems to be pretty good. My desired track is 281.
DBM 5 Papa Whiskey.
And it looks like I'm tracking on that right now. So we do have, I don't know, 6 degree wind correction angle. So that looks like it's pretty easy there. We're coming up on 6,000. So let's go over to nav. So we're gonna go over to nav, and then we're gonna turn the autopilot on, and we're gonna altitude hold, and let's see if this will do it. Dilly, thank you for the raid.
3008.
John Way, altimeter 3008. Continue navigation.
Welcome 175, connect departure.
Okay. So that's the hand flying it up to cruise. We're in GPS mode. We have autopilot is on. It seems to be tracking okay. It's going to hold that altitude. We're still on the left tank, so that's good. 25 squared, roughly. What's up, Poopy?
128.6, walk 175. Number 7 Chief 4 Tango Delta, contact. SoCal approach, 128.1.
Okay.
181, 4 Tango Delta. Number 2 for Quebec, what else?
We went direct to Wilma, so I'm going to get this updated in
3,500.
4 flight here.
Number 2 for Quebec, roger. Maintain VFR 3,500.
Wilma.
If you need a different altitude, please advise.
So there we go. I mean, that looks pretty good.
2,500.
We definitely have some winds up here
Okay.
from the west. and it seems to be handling it.
Walker 175, Los Angeles Center, climbing safe out of a 230.
There's Freaky D's amazing Long Beach Harbor. Okay.
Lookout approach, helicopter 734, Tango Delta 5000.
And we're just about to get into the worst part graphically. So if it's going to stutter and suck, it's going to be here that it does it. Jay from California, what's happening? Happy Tuesday to you. I'm excited to get to Wilma and see what happens.
Turn left heading 140 to maintain 3000 vector for the approach.
Turn 140 to maintain 3000, helicopter 4 Tango Delta. Limber clearance.
Should the gear up light always be on, or is it just a JustFlight arrow thing? So that is auto extension off.
Charlie, looking for IFR to Santa Barbara with information Foxtrot.
There's an emergency. So Q could probably speak to that and how to turn that on or off. Mine chugged bad for about 30 seconds when I was arriving to LAX.
Intersection at Alpha, Victor, Oscar, Lima.
Is it the one that's the emergency
Victor
one?
208 Ventura.
It's not that, is it?
Tango Uniform, VOR. The Victor Tango Uniform, Victor 282 radial outbound to Quang. Direct Santa Barbara Airport. Climb via SID, except maintain 8,000.
It's the same switch as the emergency one, 3 positions. Oh, got it.
9.6, squawk 4402.
It's in op.
Helicopter 4 Tango Delta, turn right heading 180.
Yeah, it's in op.
Intercept the localizer.
Return 180, intercept localizer 4 Tango Delta.
Cherokee 83364, contact this approach 134.9.
34.9, Cherokee 83364.
Walker 175, contact center 124.62. Number 734 Tango Delta set.
Okay, third time. Left downwind departure approved. Runway 29er, clear for takeoff.
Runway 29er, left
Right.
downwind, departure approved. 896 Bravo Mike.
Alaska 157, connect Las Vegas approach 125.9er.
Yeah. SoCal approach, hello, Cherokee 83364, 6000.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Goldsy.
82364, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 3008.
08, Cherokee 364. Sweet. Split up frequencies. Okay, so we're turning left for the right turn at Wilma.
November 370 Lima, pick up my IFR to San Diego. I know we're rate 3364, sorry, the LA altimeter 1018.
See what it does here. Q, is auto extend like an altitude based thing or a throttle position based thing?
378 Lima on request, stand by. It's gonna be the
Speed, okay.
30.
Oh, got it, okay. That's not a terrible idea, but it shouldn't have, yeah, that sounds really stupid. There's a second pitot tube on the side of the aircraft for it.
33 kilo, runway 16, cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, 33 kilo.
Is there any pitot tube on this thing? Yeah, there it is. That's kind of a weird... is the arrow pitot tube that far back? Yeah, it absolutely needs a watch. It is based off of the plane that I fly in real life. It is this is in much better shape than that plane.
30 Bravo, tech group,
She's seen some hours, guys and gals.
After departure.
Yikes.
Departure frequency 134.2.
The one you're looking at
25
is the PILOT's. Yeah, the two behind the pilot's window is the one for the. Oh, okay, cool.
And Bravo.
Look at that.
Romeo, Papa 30 Bravo. Climb and 10,000.
It seems like it's too far back on the wing chord, though.
134.2.
But it could be an arrow thing, maybe. But yeah, that looks a little bit further back. I'm moving to LA in a month. Nice. What flight school would you recommend to re-up my license? I have no idea what's out there. Lionfire. Hopefully you're in the Discord, because that is the place to go for that information. It depends on where you're going in LA. If you have no experience in LA or with LA, saying that you're moving to LA is very, very broad. Koreatown area. Okay, so literally LA. So you're one of the very few instances where someone says they're moving to LA and you're moving to LA. Well, our very good friend Arnold is based out of Hawthorne, which shouldn't be too far from you. So that is definitely what I would recommend doing. So Hawthorne's going to be probably the closest reasonable spot for you, and that's actually right here. Check that out. So there's Hawthorne, and there is downtown LA. So you pop down the, what is that, the 710? I think that's the 710, 610. I can't remember which freeway that is. Maybe the sectional has it. So you've got, so right there, just pop down this freeway here, over on the, oh crap, that was weird. Yeah, so downtown, down the 610, I think, onto the 105, right to Hawthorne. You know, that's about 8 miles, so that should only take you 50 minutes. Is it the, I don't think that's the 110, is it? You might be right. Maybe the 610 is further east. Yeah, you're right. 110, 105 interchange. That's right. Yeah. On a, if you catch that wrong, that could get pretty gnarly. But yeah, that would be what I would recommend for sure. That's Arnold. Is Arnold here? Dude, I can't believe this thing's flying IFR. We're single engine piston IFR on PilotEdge on a Microsoft. Moose, I could not live in LA. It is not my style. But like I said, there are a bunch of different ways to do LA. I like to think that our setup, like, I love it. I'll do anything for love, even live in LA. Lionfire, enough said there, man. You'll have a lot of fun. It's a great city. It's awesome. It's the entertainment capital of the world. Strap 21, welcome. There's just stuff about it that I don't like the city of Los Angeles. But our little corner here, God, I cannot tell you how much I love it. Like, it's unbelievable. I love it absolutely to death.
29er right, Alpha Juliet, 03204.
That, yeah, coming from Texas, your freedoms will be reduced quite a bit. But
Number 32314.
It'll be pretty. I think it'll be pretty fun for you.
Runway 11 left. Tango
Yeah, dude,
Alpha
Dilly,
Bravo.
Orange County, like.
Alpha Bravo to 11 left, Sirius 314.
Buddy.
Happy trash day, everybody.
Happy Trash Day, Papa Charlie. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I just love it. I love orange so much. Incredibly lucky to have the setup that we have. It's just freaking awesome. But we've tried living in a couple of places, and there's nothing. Like, people live everywhere, and people love everywhere, and people hate everywhere. It's such it's so unfair to really try to compare places, because everyone's personality is different. And like, there are places that we have lived that were like, we just couldn't do. Like, we're just torturous for us. And we know tons of people that love it and will, were born and raised and will die there. But like, we just couldn't do it. Like anything else, I mean, it's PlayStation or Xbox, Microsoft or X-Plane, Apple or Android. I mean, just like some things people will just like die for, and other, I don't know. Q. As much as I love the OC, my wallet doesn't. Happy tax season, folks. Q, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Crowbar, Envy, Rough Edge, McLaren F1 V12. I can't just say McLaren, because that is the McLaren. And Nopolis, did I get that right? Welcome, you guys. Q. You are the man.
3,000 back to 6,000, 10 minutes after departure.
Oh,
Frequency 13,
V12 is the best thing.
7207.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on what you describe as best, but I have to agree. That's my preference.
Marco 1600 back right. Santa Maria Tower, 7896 Bravo Mike. 9 miles to the northwest. Request full stop landing.
It's true. You do have one more C in there. Yeah, McLaren F1. Dilly, not to out you, Dilly, but Dilly actually worked for McLaren in Woking.
6 Bravo Mike.
I've actually been to Orange County, New York, Orange County.
Runway 11 left, ready.
Scottsdale is pretty much Orange County without the ocean. Add in disposable income. My best friend just moved out there, man.
Clear for takeoff, straight out departure, approved, Sirius.
You never know. Good night, Goldsy. We love you.
Torrance Round, Walker 169, southeast ramp, ready to taxi.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Q. How into the Snyder Cut are you? Because I really want to... I'm kind of wanting to do like a watch party, even if it's a party of not very many people. But I just don't know how many, like, who's into the Snyder Cut. But I just wanted to throw that out there. 0% into it so far. Okay, then I'll just figure something else out. You don't want to watch 4 hours of Batman and Superman? 110 on a good day, man.
450 Alpha, Echo, the nice clearance, clear the San Diego Limerick field.
But it's just like the summers in Arizona are like winters in the Midwest. Like there's a few months, and maybe it's even better, but there's a couple of months where you want to be inside with with the air conditioning on or the heater on, and you just adjust, and that's it. But it's I always like when people, because a lot of people are moving out to Arizona from California, and they, a lot of the detractions are like, oh, I couldn't do those summers. The summers must be terrible. it's no different than living in the Midwest or someplace cold. It's the same difference. I mean, just like millions of people do that. What's up, Colton? Hi.
Cherokee 8334, contact point to Magoo, approach 124.7.
24.7 Cherokee 83364.
Urban Tower, November 370 Lima, holding short runway 15, ready for departure.
Yeah, air conditioning. Yeah, you just run into the grocery store.
Runway 15, clear for takeoff, November 370 Lima.
But there's like less clothing that you have to wear. So yeah, auto starters are for AC. Oh my god, yeah. There's nothing worse than getting into a molten car. I had a metal gear shift knob on my car for a long time, and I had to just remove it because it was so bad. Shane, thank you so much for 9 months. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Point Magoo, good evening. Cherokee 83364 6000.
For 8336, point Magoo, approach Camarillo, all 73006.
06 Cherokee 364. Okay. Oh yeah, bare leg on motorcycle exhaust. Yeah, it's pretty much like I would like have a washcloth in the car with me that I would put over the shift knob because I couldn't even touch it. So bad. Yeah, not that, and that was when I was living out in the Temecula Valley too. So it was like proper hot too. Maybe not Phoenix hot, but I mean there were some stretches of 110, you know, when it was just like.
378, land contact, SoCal departure.
Oh, my poor little Alpha would just crumble. You guys, it's actually doing it. I cannot believe that this plane is actually flying IFR on PilotEdge and doing it like a freaking champ.
Runway 30, clear to land, 6 Bravo Mike.
Like, this is awesome. Look at the attitude of the stabilizer.
Send the Van Nuys 3 departure, that's a right turn heading 213 on departure. Turn right heading 240, climb and maintain 4,000.
Climb and 4,000, engine in 213.
This airframe looks so much better with the gear up. I mean, I love Cherokee, like Archers with wheel pants, I think look cool. But without wheel pants, it looks a little bit monster trucky. Yeah. Started flight lessons yesterday. Dude, that's fantastic, man. Congratulations. I used to work on the wind turbines in the Palm Springs area in the summer wearing shorts while working on them. Sweat on my legs sizzled when I touched the metal. Oh, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a cool job, though, man. What did you do on those turbines? Because that sounds like a freaking sweet job. That type of engineering, that like big industrial engineering, is really cool. Skoros, man. You're never too old. Like, just have a blast, man. Are you in the Discord? Hopefully you're in the Discord. Let me just say that this will be a good segue here. There's the link to the Discord, so if you are watching, if you're lurking, if you're new, give the Discord a shot. It is such a great community. Just throughout the day, it's unbelievable. Voted best Discord of 2020. But yeah, it's so great to share aviation experiences and more. I mean, it's not just aviation; it's primarily aviation. But you know, stuff like Foxtrot. I mean, turbine tech. Like, that's freaking awesome. the people that you meet, the insight to things that you never would have been able to get insight to is awesome. You know, we've got multiple real world ATC controllers, or that's redundant. You know, air traffic controllers, tower controllers. You know, the sim guys. I mean, it's a super cool place to hang out. And if you're interested in aviation or any of this stuff at all, would love for you to join. Skoros, welcome. Skoros is going to post pictures of his first flight, right? Wicked Killer, Preston, 40 Jeff. Thank you guys for joining the Discord today. And Flockstrot, look at that. We're gonna get some turbine pictures. Oh, this is so great. Thank you guys for joining. I was very hesitant to start that Discord server, and it has really been one of the best things that I've done. The best things about doing this is that Discord community. Okay, I have no idea how that's supposed to be pronounced. Is that 2 supposed to be
Mercury 78 Lima, proceed direct darts.
We'll just say Chimera.
Proceed direct darts, 378 Lima.
Right? It's not the TVR Chimera, right? It's
Walker 169 contact, so
something different.
The Parker Walker 169.
The people are genuinely awesome. Yeah, thank you, Dildy. It's really cool. It's a community. That's all. I mean, that's what it is. It's just a great community, and I am very, very lucky to have so many cool people in it. Greek myth. So not a hacked together British sports car from the 90s.
Santa Maria Tower, Cessna 896 Bravo Mike is clear of runway 30. Alpha 5.
I was not sure about Discord, but I agree. It really complements the whole flight sim Twitch stream experience. Yeah, it does. It's an amazing tool for aviation, because like when I was first starting, I did a lot of things not knowing, and there's only so much stuff that you could type into Google and get, you know, I don't know, Ask Jeeves or Yahoo Answers or whatever the hell. Like, there's only so much stuff that you can find on your own online. So when I got the Discord kind of up and running in a way that actually was supplementing my training at the time, it was like amazing, because no matter what you could think of, you could ask it in the Discord. And not only, because obviously, like, if you ask a question on the internet, what are 99% of the people doing? They're just typing into Google. Are mics required in the Discord channel? No. Sometimes they just want to pop in and observe via chat. Yes. Yeah, so Mac, it is a text based thing. We do have voice servers if you want to hang out and chat with whoever, but yeah, it is, if you want to just like lurk and read, absolutely, that's primarily what it's there for. But when you're asking a bunch of people the same question, even though they might be all Googling the same type of thing, people search for things differently. They have different experiences. Somebody might know the answer offhand based off of personal experience. So you can combine a bunch of different minds together and come up with maybe an answer that's way better than something that you could possibly find online just from a basic search. And then you're in like discussion territory, where if you're just looking for the answer of a question, you can start going down rabbit holes and have an even deeper knowledge of that topic based off of other people saying, well, okay, the answer is this, but also remember in these situations it might not be the case. And then now you're in, you know, like a much deeper level of understanding of the topic. And this is coming from people that are CFIs. I mean, there are at least 2 CFIs in the chat right now that I know of. Let's see. Do we have more than 2?
Approach November G78.
Not that I know of. I think we're at 2. But I mean, just that. Like, I mean, we've got CFIs, you got jet pilots, you got commercial jet pilots, you have, you know, aircraft owners, you've got an instrument rate. I mean, it's just crazy, the amount of resources at your disposal. And Lionfire is in the house as well. Dr. Defdish. I am butchering how to say that. And Maximus Powers. Welcome, guys. That's super cool. Oh, that is awesome. Nice, Foxtrot. That's so cool. There's like a little bit. There's a tiny little learning curve with Discord, just like any online network or community. There's like a little, you know, there's like little faux pas, and there's just kind of like a I don't know what you call it, protocol that you kind of pick up on, but really it's pretty minimal with Discord. It's not like, I don't get the feel that it's like Reddit really, but you know, it's just like an open discussion. It's very cool. This Discord is the first I've ever joined, and it's simple to pick up. Cool, awesome, cool. Yeah, that's good to hear. Were you able to upload your flight plan into the 530, or did you program it in? I programmed it in.
So, Approach KDB marker 169 6000. We have Tango at man.
So, okay, with ForeFlight on the iPad, with the plane that Q and I were originally flying, which had a 375, a GTM 375, we could take the flight plan from ForeFlight and load it onto the panel really quickly. It was freaking awesome. For the 530, 430, you don't have that option. So even though I could probably do it like in the main menu or whatever, it's more realistic for me to just input it like I would have to in the real world. The other thing is, I need to fire up the plane, I need to get the ATIS, I need to get the clearance in order to figure out what I was cleared for. So going back into the menu, loading up the flight plan, and then loading it back into the 530, one, takes me out of the immersion, I guess, of doing it realistically, but also it probably takes as much time to back out, you know, figure it out on the map or however you do that, and then load it into the plane. To me, none of that's worth it. It is a little bit clunky to use the 530 in this, but on the ground it actually was not that bad. Once it's loaded in, Direct 2 works on the 530 mod, which is really great, and I have not had any issues yet. I haven't really pushed it at all, so I don't know, you know, where it's going to fall apart, or if there's anything that it's not going to be able to functionally do for us. But so far, it seems to be working as it should. We all know that flying a relatively new plane on an unstable build of a simulator with a mod that you've never tested on PilotEdge is always the best way to test things. Yump258, welcome. Thank you very much for following. Flight stream on these airplanes that have the 430 would be amazing to push from the iPad. It would be really nice, I agree. Working title mods are amazing, so glad they're going to be part of improving the base of the game. Yeah, they're... my CFI, Brad, knows one of the main guys at Working Title, and very, very... kind of knowing how they work from somebody who knows them made me super excited for the future of the simulator, because they're proper people. I think if you trust in the intentions of a developer it really makes supporting that platform a lot easier. Like if you believe that they're gonna do the best thing for you,
450 Alpha, are you still here?
you know, even if it's expensive or even if it takes a long time, it always makes me feel like I want to support them, and they're looking out for our best interest, and they're real pilots, they're real enthusiasts, and I think that's super cool. They update their crap like all the freaking time for free. You know, they weren't getting paid anything for a very long time. You know, they have earned everything that they will get as a result of all this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with you know, if the CJ4 mod turns into a payware, you know, it'll be a bummer a little bit, but at the same time, it's worth money now. I'll pay for it if they go to that model. I hope that they get their grubby little hands on other planes too.
Alpha at East Hangars, your pattern work taxi with feedback.
Yeah, they did.
11118 correction.
This is the GitHub mod, Hawks.
SoCal departure November 450 Alpha Echo, level 4000.
450 Alpha Echo, SoCal departure under contact. Turn left heading 340, vector for your climb. Climb and maintain 9,000.
Left 340, climb, maintain 9,000, 450 Alpha Echo.
What do you have it on, Skoros? If it's up on YouTube, you can. If it's just like a video on your phone, you have to host it. Basically, you have to host it somewhere.
We can take it from
Streamable, I think, is a good free one that has like disposable links. Your computer. Yeah, I think, isn't that the one that's pretty decent? You guys, streamable.
240 Papa Charlie, level 8,000.
We're 240 Papa Charlie, so get approach kind of lane altimeter 3006.
3006, 0 Papa Charlie.
Number 378 Lima, contact SoCal 128.1.
28.1, 378 Lima.
God, this is great. This is working so nicely.
Yes, sir. Heading 340, climb in 9,000.
Number 0 Alpha Roger. Just so you know, this particular issue occurs when there's a connectivity issue on the user side to the network. So
less than 8 megabytes.
Your connection to the network is a little weak. I need you to disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, it depends on how long it is, or Vimeo or whatever. So what do we? So I'm showing 118 over the ground. All right, so we just have a nasty little headwind here.
Number 11118 Alpha, St. Louis Tower, left place, traffic approved, report midfield, or midfield under cleared for takeoff.
So 130 true. It's not too bad, but
November 450 Alpha,
ground speed is not great. So I was kind of thinking that I wanted to do like a long trip in this. What do you guys think? Like multiple streams flying from here up to my hometown in the Seattle area, or vice versa, like even Seattle area back down here, which would kind of feel a little bit more realistic. I've wanted to do that for a long time, and I never did it in X-Plane because I didn't have like the whole coast orthoed out, so I was like, it's gonna look like really ugly at various points. But yeah, if that would be, I think it would just be kind of fun to have something that wasn't just like a singular flight, like we're progressing a little bit. It would be kind of fun for me, at least, to well, it would take a lot of. Dude, we're going in the wrong direction here. Okay, we're correcting it would be nice, frankly, for me to just know what the next flight is. You know, like, okay, we're in Sacramento, we're taking off. You know, that's pretty much it. But to actually take it seriously with fuel planning and, you know, doing it kind of properly would be kind of fun, I think. So if that sounds like it would be something you guys would like to follow on with, we can do that.
Number 8364 for MEAs, climb and maintain 8,000.
Up to 8,000 Cherokee
Hello,
83364.
Ellie.
Thanks.
Happy Tuesday day before trash day.
Happy Tuesday, Ablar. 9 months. Thank you so much, 9 month streak, dude. That is awesome. Happy day before trash day to you.
We're 450 Alpha Echo, kind of approach.
Okay, so we don't have. We're just trimming now.
Approach 134.9 for 50 Alpha Echo, thanks.
Sweet pips. Yeah, that'd be okay. So I think we'll try to plan that. And maybe we do it starting next week. I think we should do some kind of group flight on Thursday.
We're 450 Alpha Echo, can approach LA altimeter 3008.
Copy altimeter 450 Alpha Echo.
Yeah, I think we should do a group flight. Well, I think what I would like to do is the pits is such a handful. We all have it if we got Microsoft. We all have that plane, so it's not like a downloadable thing. And try to find. I've got a couple like Fallbrook. Fallbrook is a runway or an airport that I think would be really fun to have a pits fly in to or from, and just because it's such a difficult plane to land, I think it would be cool to have a challenging paved but challenging runway. So whether it's short or at a weird angle or something, and I'd even be down for somewhere in Europe too, like even, you know, fly from northern Italy to whatever, Kosovo or whatever, something like that. I think would be pretty cool. Ablars, we're just coming up to Santa Barbara right now. We took off.
Are you an inbound of the field, or did you?
We took off from John Wayne, and we are heading up to San Luis Obispo Airport. And
we forgot to call you inbound.
We are
IFR
in Microsoft on PilotEdge with a runaway trim here.
Van Nuys Tower, 119.3.
119.3, Walker 169.
Well, Hawks, I think the thing would be to take one plane. It would be to actually, you know, and maybe even get like a flight sim economy, like loop that in or something. That was kind of more what I was thinking, is make it like we're flying one plane all the way up.
Clear to land 168, Walker 169.
So I'm just like, so this is like a flight sim thing right here, where I'm trimming nose up right now, and it's just kind of like hunting for something. I think I'll sit in the back.
November 83364, contact Santa Barbara, approach 120.55.
2055, Cherokee 83364. I had 24.
240 Papa Charlie, contact point to Magoo, approach 124.7.
Yeah, it's really bad. Via the arrival, welcome.
0 Papa Charlie.
Oh, absolutely, someone will turn up in a 747, which is kind of part of the fun, I guess. It's part of the charm. There's always the one kid, right?
Point Magoo approach, TBM 240, Papa Charlie, level 8000.
We're 240 Papa Charlie, Point Magoo approach, Burbank, correction, Camarillo, altimeter 3007.
3007, 0 Papa Charlie.
Santa Barbara approach, Cherokee 83364, 7,800, climbing 8,000.
Number 83364 Santa Barbara approach, Santa Barbara, altimeter 3004.
3004, Cherokee 364. Pipstat, I'm also that kid sometimes as well. I'm not ashamed. I think we're all of us are that kid at some point.
Alpha Echo contact, SoCal approach 127.4.
No, there's no shame in that.
27.4, 450.
So I don't know if it's the wind that's causing it, but we're definitely having some. Well, it could also be the airway too. I mean, I just went Ventura to.
SoCal approach TBM 450 Alpha Echo.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
450 Alpha Echo, SoCal approach. The
Tango
Catalina,
257
3006.
takes us to.
3006. Thanks.
San Marcos. That's why we're off. We should be going to San Marcos. So if I go into flight plan, I'm going to do this once we're at our altitude, and I already passed it. Still climbing. Coming down.
St. Louis ground, Skyhawk 3025 Foxtrot, gate 8, south departure, taxi with Quebec.
We're 3025 Foxtrot, St. Louis ground, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha, runway.
We're very much off course.
Skyhawk 3025
That was my fault, not the plane.
240 Papa Charlie is frozen.
Present, huh? That's
November 0 Papa Charlie, Roger. Are you going to be able to get it moving again?
Okay, so if
I don't think so. It's the stupid down button in the flight plan. Bill Gates needs to get on this because it's been the same thing for 6 months. Probably going to have to shut down.
Roger, have a good night.
Okay, so I want to do.
1 in Alpha to be on the downwind.
We're 1 in Alpha, runway 2.
Select.
Then clear for the option.
Okay, so if I go.
Clear for the option, 1 in Alpha.
We're 450 Alpha Echo. If you can, disconnect and reconnect for me. I'll show you frozen again.
Maybe out of luck here. Oh, So McFly, absolutely, man. My pleasure. My pleasure. What aircraft, rookie? Okay, so I am either one of two things here.
Foxtrot, I'll see ya.
Later, CBG. Santa Barbara approach, Cherokee 83364. I want to see if we can get direct Morro Bay from here.
Number 3364. Sure, proceed direct Morro Bay.
Alright, direct Morro Bay, Cherokee 83364. Problem solved. There we go. Problem solved. Updated it. We're good to go. When in doubt, just ask for a shortcut. So I'm trying to, I put in here and this is just lack of IFR knowledge, probably. But I put in here Tango 257 from Ventura, which takes us right to San Marcos, and then I believe inbound to Morro Bay. So the airway actually has a turn in it. Not realizing, frankly not paying enough attention to it, that airway included San Marcos. So I could have just added San Marcos to the flight plan and it would have done it perfectly, but I did not, because usually these GPS don't allow you to input airways that would include that VOR. San Marcos is over there. So I was way off course, and of course blaming something stupid. Like you can see, there's the VOR on top of that mountain right there. And I did not do it correctly. So there you go. Share that little learning, that little teachable moment right there. On my solo long cross country flight was pretty much this route. I stopped at Van Nuys on the way up, but basically this was the same route, and God, coming off these mountains, I just got freaking rocked right here. It was brutal. So we're getting into some stuttering right here, and this is where this latest build. We actually lucked out going over LA, but it's getting a little bit slideshow here now. Hear the wind noise. Ooh. Fuel pump on. Right tank. Fuel pump off. Not too bad, actually. I wasn't too bad on that. It's a little bit broken. Yeah. Cool.
Gentlemen, Tower System 18 Alpha, midfield on the downwind.
18 Alpha, remain 29er, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, we'll do some stop. 18 Alpha.
Roger.
We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good.
Did you turn off the iPad before heading it? No, the iPad is still on. Yeah, so it's still right here. Still slant 4 flight. I'm actually checking the ATIS for San Luis Obispo right now. Rewrite 3, welcome. Or maybe just rewrite. And the 3 is the E. Welcome, thank you for following. Happy Tuesday, or whatever day it happens to be in your neck of the woods.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
So, McFly, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the club or something. I haven't come up with anything clever to say. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard is kind of more following. I need like a subscription. Welcome. But that's awesome. Do you lean planes out for single engine fixed pitch? Yes, absolutely. You lean them out. What do you mean, Rain? Oh, the one in the plane. Oh, got it. Yeah, I did turn that off. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there's a little. I mean, you might know, but there's like the little I don't know, the ICOM button that turns the iPad off. Kill it. You probably know that, which is why you're asking. But if anyone else was asking, do we have ATIS for?
Altimeter 3007. Arriving and departing runway 29er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Quebec.
Quebec it is.
San Luis County Regional Air.
Okay. Quebec it is. Wednesday here. Awesome. Didn't take the trash out. Yeah. Tuesday is the best trash day. Whoa, what's happening right now? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dilly, thank you so much, man, for hanging out tonight. How come the altitude indicator has weird bank indexes? I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, you set the little dial here for whatever the outside air temperature is, and it'll give you
Santa Barbara clearance delivery, Cessna 286 Hotel Juliet.
We're
Cessna
at 10
172
degrees.
Plant Golf. Request flight following to Burbank at 7500. We have information kilo. This is for the Cat 8.
So what's Forelli? So my last name is Forelli.
Maintain the VFR at below 1,500. Departure frequency 120.
Forelli, and that is a little device my dad used a long time ago to help people pronounce it correctly.
286 Hotel Juliet.
286 Hotel Juliet, be back right.
And yeah, so that's been like all my entire family's email and social media stuff has always been for LE. License plates, all that kind of stuff. Sweet. Okay, so that's awesome. We have information Quebec.
3 Papa Foxtrot, SoCal.
Procedure, so I want to turn
Climb and maintain 1,500.
Climb maintain 15,000. November 3 Papa Fox.
So we're probably going to be RNAV. Santa Barbara approach, Cherokee 83364. We have information Quebec at San Luis Obispo.
Thank you. Do you have an approach request?
We'll take the RNAV runway 29, Cherokee 83364.
Alright, 83364, proceed direct Cadad.
That's awesome. Direct Cadab, Cherokee 364. Cool. Okay, so let's go. Let's do some GPSing right here. So we're going to go procedure, select an approach. We're going to select RNAV 29. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. RNAV 29. Transition Cadab. And transition Cadab. Yep. And we're going to load. And then we're going to select. Nope. Did I just completely kill the entire... No. There's no way. I was gonna say. Oh, okay. It was not the push button. It was the... Got it. Okay. Good God. No. Where's Cadab? Select approach. Transitions, Cadab. Okay. Load it up. Huh. That's curious.
But a good pilot is always learning.
I guess we could probably. Thank you, Jason Chappert.
Santa Barbara Tower, Cessna 286 Hotel Juliet.
I'm probably
in
missing something
transient
very
parking
easy.
And requesting
Here,
taxi clearance, so we have information kilo.
Number 286 Hotel Juliet, Santa Barbara Ground, runway 25, taxi via Bravo Alpha Golf.
So there's direct to.
Runway 25 via Bravo Alpha Golf or 286 Hotel Juliet.
All right, so I think that's
Tower,
working,
Skyhawk
right?
3025 Foxtrot, 10 miles north, full stop landing with Juliet Kilo.
302 Foxtrot, Santa Maria Tower, enter right downwind, runway 30, report midfield.
Enter right downwind, report midfield. It's runway 30.
Affirm.
Okay.
Roger.
So we're gonna be going down to 6,000 at some point very soon.
Oh, buddy.
FF it is.
Slant for flight, it is, Schmo boy. Absolutely. What's our for flight vector? Awesome, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Okay, so we're gonna procedure, and we're gonna add approach, RNAV 29, and we're gonna go from Kadab. There is that. So we're gonna load that in there, but we are not going to fly to Morro Bay. We are going to go direct to Mr. Kadab. There we go. Okay, so we are missed approach is climb to 1100, climbing left turn to 4100, direct 10, and then hold. Okay, so that's enough briefing of that. What's our vector, Victor? Nope. Did I not have that one? I have clearance though.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so our course, I'm gonna get this set up now. Our course is 290. So I'm gonna get 290 on the HSI.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't be sure.
So there's our course. Approach course is 290. And
Number 83364, contact Santa Barbara, approach 124.15, 2415.
2415 Cherokee 83364. We'll see you later. I went the long way around. 2415. Bing. Santa Barbara approach Cherokee 83364, 8000 direct Kadab, information put back at San Luis.
Number 83364, Santa Barbara approach, the San Luis altimeter 3007, expect RNAV runway 29 approach.
Expecting RNAV 29 approach Cherokee 83364. This is, McFly, this is PilotEdge. So it is a online air traffic control network that replicates real-world procedures pretty much identically. This is the airspace that I fly in the real world, and I used PilotEdge to help learn it and help become a pilot, basically. And it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's where the big boys play. Pretty much. PilotEdge is separate. Well, I guess it's an add-on. Yeah, it's a plug-in for X-Plane, P3D, Flight Sim for all of them. Giucini, what's happening? Those are some really good graphics. This is totally stock Microsoft, man. Happy trash day, Shane. So help with the learning curve, I'm sure. Yeah, so I took my discovery flight up in the Seattle area, and then I moved down to SoCal, moved down to Orange County, and then took another discovery flight there. It's similar to VATSIM. Yeah, it's similar, but it functionally is different. That's a tough one. Yeah, it's similar. If you're familiar with VATSIM, it's similar to that, but it's not that. Cargo Fire, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Cargo Fire. Welcome aboard. Cheers. You grew up in Long Beach and then 29 Palms. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So by practicing, I trained. I'm based out of John Wayne. That's where I learned how to fly. So by practicing in X-Plane with PilotEdge, I was able to solo at John Wayne in 5 hours, and I was able to do my solo cross country from John Wayne to Camarillo and back with 2 separate Bravo transitions with 12 hours of total time. So it can if you use it correctly, you can accelerate.
Departure frequency 120.
Because all I had to do was focus on actually hand flying the plane. I did not have to worry about the airspace, radios, procedures, none of that stuff. I had it all thanks to practicing on
the
this.
name of the departure procedure? That's what you're looking for?
Yeah, you said something right before the SMX transition.
Nothing about an SMX transition. It was number 323 Julia Whiskey. It's Flout 5 departure San Marcos transition direct.
ZHB, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, 2 Julia Whiskey is cleared to SMX via the Flout 5 departure San Marcos transition at direct. 3K expect 6K 10 minutes after.
So we're ready to go.
0.55 for departure and squawk 3355.
I'm super proud of that for sure, but it's really. I am proud of that because I put in a lot of work to be able to do that, but it was only possible because PilotEdge and home simulation exists in the manner that it does now. So yeah, it's possible. Individual results absolutely will vary.
November 25 Foxtrot. If you're unable to get a hold of ATC,
but it can help. And that's where it can also set you back too. But it just depends on how you treat it. Like I barely, even to this day, barely touch tube liner stuff. I focused on VFR, and I stayed in the plane that I flew in real life, used the real checklists, did my real flights, flew the actual flights that I was doing in my training, and it helped me accelerate everything that was happening so much because my brain kind of couldn't tell the difference really. The time I flew SoCal and did the SFRA, even though I practiced it multiple times on PilotEdge, still seemed unreal for me not talking to ATC. It took me 3 times to do it and not feel weird about it.
November 364 to center maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000 Cherokee 364. Thought there was.
Santa Barbara ground.
Thought there was a me in there somewhere.
Whiskey, ready to taxi to 15 right for IFR departure. And
Well, you can't. They have. It's not like VATSIM where you can actually act as
I'm at
ATC,
at, GA parking.
but you can use it as a pilot. They have. I mean, they have like a whole onboarding process and stuff.
232 Juliet Whiskey, runway 15 left, taxi via.
Yeah, John Wayne. I mean, it's so busy.
Number 232 Juliet Whiskey, runway 15
so busy,
left, taxi via Charlie.
Taxi via Charlie to Juliet Whiskey.
So do we?
Number 6 Hotel Juliet, connect Santa Barbara.
Do we have approach mode here?
Going to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, we don't even have approach mode, so we'll just hand fly her down. I'm not going to request a visual. We'll be fine with the visual, but
Santa Barbara departure,
I want to see how this HSI works.
Passing through 700.
Number 6 Hotel Juliet.
Maybe,
Maybe
Drenna. I've flown one departure.
We're looking good. Oh, we're looking good.
Oh, we're looking good.
Caps altitude restriction.
That's my first CFI, actually, and he just texted me today. He was in a King Air behind my current CFI, who was flying Citation. I'm assuming it was the XL. Out in the Midwest, like in the middle of nowhere. It was funny.
To Juliet Whiskey, wanted to confirm on
Omni for approaches.
15 left for 15 right.
I'm gonna just hand fly it, but because it's like it's only.
You can request it with the tower.
We don't have vertical navigation, so it's kind of pointless. Like it'll be fun to try to hand fly it off the HSI. So we'll see.
Number 364 to send and maintain 5,000.
I continue to 5,000 Cherokee 364. We're getting bumped around and not good. Omni for approaches. Okay. Thank you, Breezeman. That is helpful for sure. I'm hoping that this HSI works at all, so I don't have to manually look at these step downs. So new flight sims, are you flying on autopilot for most of this and then just entering the change of altitude in the computer or something? I'm actually manually doing the altitude change with trim. Usually you would do it with the altitude hold if you're on autopilot, but yeah, I am on horizontal navigation, so I've got lateral navigation that's holding me on a heading, and vertical navigation I'm doing just by hand with trim and watching the altimeter.
Left for IFR departure, please.
Number 232 Juliet Whiskey Santa Barbara Tower, runway 15 left, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, I'm just pull the power back a little bit. Usually you just do it with power, like you would just pull a little bit of power out, and the plane, whatever it's trimmed for, will follow. We'll try to maintain that speed. This needs a little bit of trim. It won't really act as it should in that respect. I did pull the power back, but then I also am trimming those down a little bit. It's a little bit of a handful to fly these planes by hand because everyone's setup is different and it may not be as intuitive. Hand flying an airplane, even IFR, is so much easier in real life than it is in the sim. It's so much easier to maintain your attitude, your pitch, heading, all that stuff. It's way easier to maintain that. So it's especially when flying IFR, I always just fly on autopilot in the sim. Like there's nothing, because it's so far from the way the plane really feels, that the the procedures, the navigation, the, you know, just like going through a flight in real time is more beneficial than trying to hand fly it, because it's just not, it's not close. So yeah, the sim is much harder. Yeah. I've done all the flight training in the game, but I've had no clue what all the buttons and switches really do in most of the planes. So McFly, it depends on the plane, but if it's one of like, if it's the steam gauge Cessna, for example, if you've got that plane, the best way to learn that stuff is actually get the POH online, get a PDF of the plane in real life, and it has all of the buttonology. It has, yeah, POH is the manual, yeah, the pilot's operational handbook, and then you can learn the real plane. It's freaking awesome. That's how I started on flight sim. Like, you have absolutely no
Santa Barbara departure.
you know, you don't need to have a manual for the sim. You have a manual for the plane in real life. It works the same way, which is what makes these simulators so powerful, because they're they can be very, very detailed. Software development. Yeah, dude, it's cool, and you can get bit by the bug too, man. If you've never been up in a small plane, call up your local flight school. You can take a discovery flight for about $100 and actually fly a 172 in real life. And I mean, that's kind of like the path to going down the dark side, basically, is once you get that taste of learning the plane in real life, or learning the plane in the simulator, and then go flying it for real, and like making the connection, like, holy crap, it's the same. I know how to fly this plane. And I mean, like, procedurally, you will still like be terrible at landing, or there's a lot of stuff that will be terrible, and that you'd need practice to actually get good at. But from like the radios, if you use PilotEdge, to the navigations, the buttons, how to start it, maybe not, I'm adding like a bunch of caveats in here, but starting an airplane, they can be kind of finicky. Each plane acts a little bit differently, but like your CFI, the CFI going with you could tell you, like, hey, turn on the landing light, and you would know exactly what it is. It's a very, very cool experience. Dreadnought, is your plane down for an annual?
635 tag, Las Vegas Bridge, 125.9er.
Learned how to ride a motorcycle late in life. I rode a ton, and actually getting on and trying was so different. Yeah, dude, it's awesome, man. This is such a crazy, amazing, awesome industry, hobby, just like lifestyle, basically. That it's, once you get a taste for it, even just going down to your local airport, like if you find yourself in a flight sim and then just go to your local school, you will go broke. Yeah, you will for sure go broke. But if you go to your local school or airport, small GA airport, it's just like, it's amazing. Yeah, Jojo, it's a little bit.
240 Pop Charlie, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
Northwest Atlanta Suite. Yeah, so there's got to be some good
12527 240
some good fields out there.
Las Vegas Square, Southwest 635,
yeah, and McFly, did you join the Discord? I think you did, right?
Southwest 635.
Well, if you did not, you can. But yeah, we can help. We can help with that. How many? We've gotten so many people hooked up with Discovery flights. It's crazy. Like, I mean, down to call this number and say this to them. So, I mean, we can, if you need some help or, you know, want some advice on actually how to do it, you know, we can.
512 Sierra Kilo, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 at Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 178, November Delta is 12 miles.
So, activating the approach
to land with Zulu, this is for Captain.
Or 178 November Delta, St. Louis Tower, make straight in, runway 29er, report 2 mile final.
Straight in, report 2 miles, runway 29er, Skyhawk 178, November Delta.
November 364, cross Cadab at or above 3,900, cleared straight in, RNAV, runway 29er approach.
Alright, crossing Cadab at or above 3,900, cleared straight in, RNAV 29er approach, Cherokee A3364. Alright, sounds good, McFly. Thank you, man. Alright. We're going to go by hand, and I'm going to turn off.
Send over tower 99, so go back here to Pueblo, and we're looking for the traffic patterns.
And hope that this works.
And we're at 99.7, contact ground for taxi.
Over ground, 97 Quebec.
Number 232, Whiskey advise when you have the ATIS and approach request to Santa Maria.
Tyler, PilotEdge 100%, man. I am. Yeah.
Number 3 Papa 5 star contact circuit approach 126.7.
For many, many reasons, and it's nothing really against VATSIM at all. They're just very different, and I prefer.
Pushing ground, Skyhawk 7 Charlie on my South GA ramp, ready to taxi with information, Papa.
This is a 3070.
Runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 24, taxi via Alpha. 7 Charlie.
You're about to see it, ZHB.
Southwest 3, correction Southwest 635, contact Las Vegas Bridge 135.0. 135.0, 635.
Kind of ground.
Where are we going here?
November 908, Quebec, Santa Barbara ground, safe position and intentions.
Now we're to Bubble and looking to turn around 15 right for the traffic pattern.
Number 997 Quebec, runway 15 right, taxi via Charlie.
15 via Charlie and then Quebec.
SoCal approach, bearing number 3 Papa Fox, level 15,000.
What happened?
Number 3 Papa Foxtrot, SoCal approach, the Palm Springs, altimeter 9er.
9er. Alright, so we're kind of on.
Las Vegas Bridge 765, 11,700.
Yeah.
The
ZHB. Don't worry, man.
Southwest 635, Las Vegas approach, cleared ILS, runway 26 left approach.
Everything will be fine, dude.
Clear ILS 26 left approach, Southwest 635.
Dude, look at the.
Santa Barbara approach.
What happened to the rudder?
32 Juliet Whiskey, I got a mountain in the way to the ATIS, but I would like the localizer back course Alpha, then go mid, fly a lap of the hold, and then divert to San Luis County for the VOR Alpha.
What's a camera?
Number 232, Juliet Whiskey, cross San Marcos, Sigurd localizer DME back course Alpha approach, and let me know when you have the ATIS.
I'll let you know. I have the ATIS cleared for the approach to Juliet.
That was weird. All right, so I think we're pretty much back on track.
Papa Foxtrot, do you have an approach request for Bermuda Dunes?
Yes.
Luckily, we're not in IMC because that
the weather.
the
3 Papa Fox.
Number 3 Papa Foxtrot, Roger. Do you have somewhere you'd like to start the approach from?
ZHB, if you're needing a walkthrough on how to land, preparing for your check ride, you're not ready for your check ride.
Papa Foxtrot,
you should not be learning how to land for your check
above
ride.
9,300, cleared on runway 10 approach from Bermuda Dunes Airport.
Cross Yucca Head above 9,000, cleared for the RNAV 10 approach, 3 Papa Fox.
9,300 Yucca.
Okay, so course is looking good.
8,300 at Yucca. 3 Papa Fox.
Almost 93, 9,300.
I'm sorry, I was breaking up. 9,300.
All right, so if we get, if this
Number 0 Papa Charlie, contact
HSI actually works,
133.2.
I think we'll be good. But
Number 6 Hotel Julia, contact Point Magoo, approach 124.7.
skeptical here.
Point Magoo approach 124.7 for 6 Hotel Julia.
Santa Barbara Tower, 989, so
Okay, we have fuels on the right-hand tank. That looks good. HSI is still not
Number 9897 Quebec, Santa Barbara Tower, left, correction, right, closed traffic approach, report midfield, runway 15 right, cleared for takeoff.
Right, close traffic, we'll let you know on midfield downwind 97 Quebec.
Number 0 Papa Charlie, LA Center, climb maintain level 310.
29, at or above 29 at
Skyhawk 178, November Delta, 3 miles final.
Ready to take off.
Number 178 November Delta, runway 29er, cleared to land.
Runway 29er, cleared to land, Skyhawk 178, November Delta.
November 8336, contact St. Louis Tower, 124.0.
24-0, Cherokee 364.
November 767 Charlie Lima, phone in tower, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
24, clear takeoff. 7 Charlie Lima.
Point Magoo approach, Cessna 6 Hotel Juliet, 7500.
6 Hotel Juliet, Point Magoo approach.
I'm really trying to look at the
altimeter
instruments here. Of course, obviously I'm able to look
Santa Barbara
where our
Departure,
airport is, but we have definitely a course correction.
2 Juliet Whiskey, thank you.
San Luis Tower, Cherokee 83364. Information Quebec, RNAV 2.
Number 83364, San Luis Tower, number 2, traffic half mile, final 172, runway 29er, cleared to land.
Clear to land number 2, runway 29er, Cherokee 83364. So yeah, we should be in GPS.
Onway 205 for the west ramp, you go hotel release taxi.
I'm skeptical because it's not
Envoy 205, or ground number 27, taxi via Bravo.
27 via Bravo, Onway 205.
Okay, fuel pump is coming on. Clear to land, lights are coming on. Low 3000, make sure it's coming rich. So let's do our gums check here. We'll get the gear coming down. One green, 2 green, 3 greens, 3 greens, gear down. Mixture is full rich, props are up.
Skyhawk 178, November Delta, clear off runway.
Number 178 November Delta, taxi are parking via Alpha, remain this frequency pass for the Cat 2.
Taxi via Alpha.
Actually, Las Vegas Tower, I'm not ready to mess up there.
Skyhawk 178, November Delta.
Southwest 635. Southwest 685, 635, Las
sick.
Vegas Tower, runway 100.
It sounds so good.
Left to land. Clear land, 26 left, Southwest 635.
Santa Barbara Tower, 97 Quebec is midfield downwind.
November 97 Quebec, runway 15. Very clear for the option.
15 very clear for the option, 97 Quebec.
Yeah, so I have no glide slope indication on the HSI. No, this is the RNAV. Well, we should have that capability. there's probably an explanation that I'm just not aware of, but some flaps coming here. Yeah, no, a GPS approach, you have all the same information, it's just coming from a different source. So you can fly an RNAV approach with your OBS. Same with HSI. It's giving you the same information, just coming from a different source. So we're on. We have our lateral information.
Who's asking us to miss the handoff?
Number 20 kilo.
We're almost to minimums. We're still popping up. So
I'm sorry. Whoever's calling me, I don't have you on radar. Say the call.
But we're on. We have GPS. We have our lateral navigation, and we're just not getting the glide slope indication on HSI. Hi. Our jams. What's happening?
On radar. It might be a network connectivity issue. Just disconnect and reconnect for me.
Alright, I'll do that.
So I'm just going to try to maintain 500 foot per minute descent here.
Southwest 630.
The approach is activated. Yeah, the approach is activated. It's working laterally. It's just not. The actual HSI is not displaying the glide slope indication.
Circle approach is Skyhawk 767 Charlie lat 2000.
1 mile final runway 29.
25 Hawthorne.
I mean, I've flown this approach before in real life with a plane that didn't have an HSI, but
500.
you fly it the same way.
That's correct.
Okay, there are minimums. We have our
Number 767 Charlie Lima, took a departure, radar contact, climbing to maintain 4,000, proceed to Axial Beach.
Okay, one more check. 3 greens, mixture full, props full.
Junway Tower,
all that stuff.
November 520 kilo, 2000 over signal held, yep, river.
Not on glide slope though, or Sentinel.
Number 5120 kilo, yep, now I see you. Yeah, there, yeah. Your frequency change improved, and you can squawk VFR.
Alright, frequency improved in VFR,
I land this nicely after this nice long flight.
Marker 563, St. Louis ground clearance on request.
Still trimming. We have a little left crosswind here.
November 3, Papa Foxtrot, there's no traffic observed between you and the Bermuda Dunes Airport. Report your IFR cancellation to missed approach in the air. This frequency on the ground via 122.2 within 5 minutes of landing. Your change of
capture it here.
Your frequency is approved. Keep your beacon.
Change advisory is approved for November 3, Papa Fox. You broke up a little bit.
Number 3, Papa Foxtrot, I just said to keep your beacon code, but your radar services are terminated.
Roger, we got the beacon code. Thanks for your help. 3, Papa Fox.
Santa Barbara Tower, 97 Quebec, Roman field down one.
97 Quebec, Roman 15.
Yeah, I think it's just like a little.
We'll fire clear for the option.
Little extra crosswind.
Number 7, Charlie Lima, you said you want the localizer on my 25 at Hawthorne?
Affirmative, localizer 25 Hawthorne.
Roger, thank you.
Right.
Number 364, Alpha to parking, remain this frequency. Good night, Bill.
Alpha to parking, we'll stay with you, Cherokee 83364. Have a lovely night.
You as well.
Okay, we'll get the strobes coming off, and let's go find our parking spot over at ACI. Third left. Right. Sounds freaking good at idle. Friggin' sweet, man.
Limber Tower, 205, holding short, runway 27.
Convoy 205, Limber Tower, 27, cleared for takeoff.
27, cleared for takeoff, runway 205.
We did this before, actually on the last flight. I kind of want to see my approach into there. I think I only have one shot from flying in there. Recorded. We did not record the other one.
Skyhawk 178 November Delta. I'd like to have the results for Cat 2.
Mercer November Delta, I gave them to you already. It was a pass for the captain.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Whatever the day brings,
Mercer 23
Grammarly
Julie
helps you
Whiskey, contact Santa
communicate
Maria
smarter.
Tower, 118.3.
All right, hey everybody.
Hey everybody. Shut up.
Santa Maria Tower,
Is this even the right
Julie
thing?
Whiskey, inbound on the localizer back course.
Number 232 Julie Whiskey, Santa Maria Tower, continue, advise going missed.
There it is.
Advise going missed, Baron Julie Whiskey.
Number 268 Hotel Juliet, correction, 286
Okay,
Hotel Juliet,
let's get this thing
contact
shut
SoCal
down
approach
really quick.
134.2.
Good, we'll get the avionics coming
SoCal
off.
approach 134.2 for 6 Hotel Juliet.
Pump off, mixture idle, or mixture off. Did it shut down? Yep, it went all the way down. Cool.
San Diego clearance and delivery, good evening. November 370 Lima, pick up my IFR to Los Angeles.
Of course, continue. Nice. All right, here is the approach.
Oh, and airport is in sight. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, so this is, I am still a student pilot here, so be gentle. But here's the real life landing. I haven't seen this in forever. I hope this landing is good.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 531.
Let's get a little further back. I hate that pop-up screen too, man. I'm the same.
On glide slope. .110. So we're just.
So this is my long cross-country flight.
10 degrees of
long
flaps.
solo cross-country flight.
So, but we're a little bit far out now. We're 3 mile final now.
08 Mike's going around.
0 Mike, Roger Mike, left close traffic.
Left close traffic, 08 Mike.
St. Louis Tower, Skyhawk 53176, 3 mile final 29.
Skyhawk 176, runway 29, clear to land.
Clear to land 29er 53176. 8 up that last mile, we're now at 2 miles, 2.2. Getting some bumps coming off the fields
ZHB,
below.
the answer to that is
My
yes.
palms are sweating again.
When you take the power out, yep.
So 5403 Victor, San Luis ground runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
Okay, first notch of flaps coming in. Ooh, and that slows.
Whiskey without the
that slows down.
Runway 29er, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
I was so used to the rep pack. When you put in flaps, it wouldn't slow down.
Another thing to remember about the differences between real airplanes and fake ones.
03 Victor, just follow the Baron crossing taxiway
equal to drag.
It's so annoying with that rep pack. Just would like speed up. You put the flaps in.
127577,
it
holding
would
short
speed
of runway 29 Alpha, ready for takeoff with like a left downwind departure.
Five 777 San Luis ground, short runway 29er, landing traffic.
Holding short, 29er, 577.
A little bit high, we can fix that with some.
It's 5737 on request.
Slip.
And who had a VFR request?
That's a piece of cake. Oh, that's nice.
I was very excited.
That is nice.
5403 Victor, go ahead.
This one's the perfect gift.
Are
for the
you
friend who's
kidding
been
me?
Getting a little too comfortable during quarantine.
I put an
landscape,
ad
and their new
right
performance-
before touchdown. What a dick.
Let it settle. That was my nicest landing ever.
Victor, Santa Barbara departure.
Oh my God.
127.
But stay on the center line. Don't ruin it.
6.
Oh my God, that was so nice.
Now I remember that. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Victor, advise when you're ready
This
for
was such
departure.
a long, fun day.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
So here's that turnoff that kind of backtracks a little bit. Obviously, the scenery is not great compared to
577 San Luis Tower, runway 29, clear for takeoff.
It's the same spot though.
577 cleared for takeoff for runway 29.
It's the same airport.
Mike, I'll call you base.
You'll call my base, 08 Mike.
176, where are you going to park?
We're parking at ACI for the restaurant, 53176.
76, taxi straight out of the restaurant.
Okay, straight in, 53176.
Baron 09 Whiskey, Salt Charter runway 29er.
Salt Charter 1129er, 3109 Whiskey.
Sweet.
5737, clearance available.
That's kind of fun. I like doing that.
This guy's 5737, clear to Los Angeles Airport.
Do a flight, and if it's something that I got footage of, check out the real world landing footage. I can't believe that freaking worked, man. That was sweet. It mostly worked. I stopped at San Luis Obispo for a bathroom break a couple of months ago. It was one of my best landings as well. Yeah, we got Navy planes all over the place, yeah. Campfire Kurt, welcome. I think, Jojo, I mean, I've had nicer landings since then, I think. But I think because you're straight in, like, all the time, it's just like a nice, I mean, it was like a 30-mile long, like straight in. I got straight in 30, 40 miles out. So I think you just have so much time to get ready for it that it makes it a little bit easier probably, but that could also be like really, yeah, could be completely off.